Russia's central bank recently started selling gold. And while the reserves of gold have been going down considerably in the Russian Federation, this is a massive potential crash in Russian foreign direct investments. And if it's not, Russia's economy will collapse. Join me as I walk around likely the epicenter of where this crash will hit hardest, Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, and welcome back to the Troubling Reports. Oftentimes, when I talk about investing here in Kyrgyzstan, I go over a lot of the risks associated. This country is particularly risky to invest into, and it is a high-risk, high-reward scenario. GDP growth was some of the highest in the world last year, and it's with this that, of course, you get what is a very high-growth economy that is fueled by debt and a sanctioned entity in Russia. And while Kyrgyzstan attempts to rid themselves of this sanctioned entity, of this state that is a very unique detractor for foreign investment, it is showing signs of weakness. It is showing signs that things may not get better. I often quote famous investors. I can't remember who provided this quote. I'll put them up on screen to credit them. There's a famous investing quote: buy when there's blood in the water, buy when there's blood in the street. And these two things mean the same thing. However, it is with this crash that likely I will be buying in. It is with this crash that Russia will be a potential fractured state. And while this story starts with gold reserves, it ends with poor nation building. It ends with forced state ideology. And while I am no stranger to saying that authoritarian developing economies tend to be an order of magnitude better than those of democracy or republics, as we can see historically, I do believe that when your foreign direct investment is derived from an entity that is politically volatile, that does not have the same level of basic norms that even your own state has, that is a risk you take. That is the potential for a spillover into a darker time. While others look for the next growing market, I look for the next falling market. And while many people catch falling knives and invariably embarrass themselves when investing in these developing and emerging market economies, as well as frontier economies, you and I, we know that structures of the economy are based on systems of the economy. As people learn that there is another path, I truly believe that Kyrgyzstan, as well as economies that are developed but structurally dependent on a volatile political entity, will be assumed to be great investment opportunities, because the fundamental strength of Kyrgyzstan is not necessarily in its Russian control. It is not in its ideology of accepting Russian income. It is not based on any of these factors. It is based on basic markers for stable growth, like the fact that they are able to manufacture things. They are able to pivot into IT and grow their educated markets to where Kyrgyzstan is one of the more educated countries in the world. This, alongside courting Western capital and being fairly good at courting Western capital, is the major advantage Kyrgyzstan possesses. And as Kyrgyzstan moves away from Russian capital, which we will see whether or not the foreign investment is able to be replaced, it is a race against the clock. However, if and when Kyrgyzstan pulls it off, it will be primed for growth. And not just re-export of sanctioned goods, which is what they are currently known for. And so, while everyone else looks for the next growth story, I look for what most cannot truly find. And this is why I see such high levels of prediction success, as I do not follow the narratives of Western media, nor do I follow the blind love for BRICS that many Eastern countries have and are inherently more akin to following. So, it's with this that, of course, if you want to leverage my mind and you want to learn about a jurisdiction that would be best suited for you, then I would drop down into the description, fill out the Google Forms link, and additionally learn and get your sovereign one-pager. With that said, if you appreciated this video, feel free to toss a like on it. If you really liked the video, feel free to share it with your friends. If you want to join me in this journey of internationalization and globalization, feel free to subscribe. This has been the Traveling Report, signing off.